Hello, guys. This is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now, quick, short update on Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage Detroit. Not so much as the show itself, but the people, some of the people. Start off with Love and Marriage Huntsville, the Scotts. Congratulations to them. Looks like MJ graduated high school a few days ago, sometime last week. Letitia posted how he was graduating, and I guess the school that he graduated from allowed the seniors to walk through the high school or walk through the hallways of the high school. I don't know, that's weird and corny at that to me, but that's the South. They do some corny stuff to me. May not be corny to everybody, but I don't know, I think that's kind of, but anyway, it might be a high school that started off at the 8th grade and goes up to the 12th or something. Maybe they thought that would be the significance of the seniors walking through the hallways to see where they started at, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, congratulations to MJ. Congratulations to Letitia and Marceau. That's major. They should be very proud. I'm sure they are. Also, far as graduates and the Scotts are concerned, Monster, Maurice Scott's son, he graduated high school as well. Looks like Monster and MJ went to two different high schools, I think, because it was two different sceneries. But when Letitia posted MJ, he was actually at the high school, and when the posting I seen of Monster, it was like during the graduation, so which was probably in a completely different location than where the high school is. Maybe that's why it's different. I don't know if they went to the same high school or not. But congratulations to Monster as well. Drop down in comments if you guys know if Monster's real first name is Maurice. I don't know if it is or not. But I feel like people should start calling him Maurice now, if that's his first name. You know what I mean? Let go of that Monster stuff, because, the older he get, the more it's not cute. It may not have ever been cute to some people, but I guess they gave him Monster because he was like, I don't know, mischievous little kid growing up or something. I don't know. But now that he's getting older, he's taller than Kimmy and probably taller than his dad. He do not need to be called Monster no more. You know what I mean? But anyway, shout out to them. Congratulations to them. That's major. They should be proud, and I'm sure they are. Moving on to Love and Marriage Detroit. Now, I don't follow Christina Smith. Christina and Brandon are like the Martell and Melody of Love and Marriage Huntsville. The show is based around Brandon and Christina for Detroit, I feel like. And I seen on the timeline where she posted something. She says, normalize not forcing people to choose you. If they feel like, or if they think they can find better elsewhere, let them, respectfully. And I was like, if that ain't subliminal, I don't know what is. And right off the rip, I felt like she was talking about her husband. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I kept just messing around her Instagram, and I ended up seeing this. I had bypassed her most recent post that was like within 16 hours ago, and she states, after nearly 14 years of marriage, the Smith and she says, after nearly 14 years of marriage, I don't know if this is a typo. She says, the Smith, I guess it should be apostrophe S, have made the official or difficult decision to part ways. This decision was well thought out and wasn't made lightly. It comes after a great deal of reflection, care, and understanding. As we begin this new chapter, we remain committed to co-parenting our greatest blessings, Britton and Bailey, with love and respect. We are deeply grateful for your support and ask for your prayers and kindness as we navigate this transition as a family with appreciation, Christina and Brandon, Britton and Bailey. So it is official. They have gotten a divorce. Um, for those of you who watched Love and Marriage Detroit, I mean, that was evident, writing on the wall. They didn't seem very stable. They did not seem like they were in drip drop love, at least not on either side. Like, she didn't seem like she was drip drop in love with him, and nor her. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, for a family to break up, but Brandon looked like he seemed that he had checked out a long time ago. And then if you watch the reunion last night, he pretty much stated the issues that he had within the marriage with Christina. And he listed about 5 things. I can't even remember what all he said, but he listed about 4 or 5 things. And I know one of them was like, he seemed like he was invisible in home. He didn't have a say. He didn't have, you know what I mean? So in other words, to me, it seemed like Christina is just kind of like tone deaf to his needs and was kind of controlling, wasn't allowing him to be the man. However, she constantly was saying she want him to stand up and be the man, but it just seems like she was continuously overthrowing him as it related to the power in the relationship. And then even after he stated like 4 or 5 things that he had a problem with within the marriage, which made him constantly say he wanted a divorce, he wanted a divorce, he wanted a divorce, she being Christina was like, I seen marriages way worse than ours, still like tone deaf. Like, you don't hear him? Like, did you hear what he said? Like, he had 4 or 5 things he just ran off to you that he had a problem with. And so, it's not surprising. It's unfortunate, but it's not surprising that they went ahead and got a divorce, because even after on national TV, he kind of displayed his, I won't say disdain, but he kind of showed that he wasn't really in the marriage that much. And then on the reunion, ran off like 4 or 5 things that he had a problem with. And her response was, I have seen and heard of other marriages being worse off than ours. It's like, girl. And then, last season, I know when they was actually talking about the problems in their marriage, and their friend, the pastor, I can't think of his name, I think it's Russell. They had like a little counseling session with him, and Russell told Christina to go ahead and kind of tell Brandon what you want, what you need. And she was just like, I want you to be a beacon of light. And it's like, girl, would you verbatim tell him what you need from him? Like, dummy. Anyway, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they getting a divorce, because Christina is just like on La La Land, like on a cloud over there in the left side of the sky by herself. Because anytime, they're telling you to tell your husband what you need from him, you talking about you want him to be a beacon of light, or I don't know what the hell she said. She said something to that effect. It's like, girl, and especially if the man is not very versed in the Bible and the word in the Bible and don't even really know what that means, he's still clueless. You know what I mean? So it's almost like her fault. It's probably obviously it's both of their faults, but, hopefully they'll do better on their own and continue to co-parent, But I don't know, because Brandon even said on last night's episode of the reunion that he had divorced the kids. And that's not funny, but it made everybody's jaw drop. Like, how you going to divorce the kids too? Like, what? What does that mean? Like, you're not going to supply support for them anymore, or you're not going to talk to them anymore? I don't know what that means. But Brandon needs help. Christina needs help. And so pray for them if you want, But anyway, that was it. That was just a quick update on this Love and Marriage stuff. We don't know if Love and Marriage not Huntsville, but Love and Marriage Detroit is coming back. Carlos King said maybe. So we don't know. We don't know for sure. And he probably don't know for sure. Obviously, I guess that's why he said maybe. But maybe he do know for sure. You know what I mean? But just trying to keep it as a cliffhanger. We will see. It's yet to come. All right, drop down in the comments. I do talk back. Like the video, subscribe. And until next time, guys. Bye.